Welcome back, everyone. My name is Chris, and in this video we're going to be doing a fan favorite from the Wrath of Khan era, the enlisted jumpsuit. The fans love the wool jackets more than the jumpsuit, but for me, I like the jumpsuit's a little more futuristic and feels like it's from a different universe, if you will. The first thing you're going to need is a good pattern. There have been patterns out there for years that people have been using. They seem to work all right. But my friend Alex at Taylor's Gone Wild has recently come up with a pattern. He had access to a screen-used jumpsuit from the movies, and he patterned directly off of it. Taylor's Gone Wild. So you're not going to get any closer than that. And then next up, you're going to want to get your fabrics all situated. Most of the jumpsuit is made out of jumbo spandex, which, me making the TNG stuff, I am no stranger to that type of material. That being said, there's going to be 3 types of jumbo spandex colors you're going to use. It's going to be the regular black, and then the main body is going to be a red. Robert Fletcher referred to this type of color as corrupt, so it's just a bit off of what you would expect a regular red to be. And then the next is the top part, is the beige, which is the shoulder yoke. And then those are the 3 main fabrics. After that, you're going to want your division colors. So I bought an engineering gold. Also, I bought the medical green enlisted. I'm gonna go with these for my jumpsuit here. I bought these in case I want to switch it at a later date, or I want to make a new one, or just to have. Alex dyes this, custom dyes it with wool, as well as a twill, which is a little cheaper. The pattern itself, there's a lot of pieces here. So cut 2 self double layered, so that's going to be 4 pieces of this. So that adds up quickly. All these supplies, between all the fabrics, the notions and zippers and threads, it's quite expensive. I think over $600 in supplies alone, and I haven't even put myself to work yet. All right, now we have our fabric all laid out. This is double layered, and the shiny sides are going to be together, and each one of these pieces is going to be 1 panel. So it's going to be double layered, and then I'm going to flip it over and then do the same for the other side. This is a lengthy process. Just take your time. It's also recommended that you tailor baste the two panels together. I didn't do that, but it'll just keep it from sliding. With this, I made a new pattern piece because it's supposed to be on the fold, but I wanted to cut them in 1 full piece, so I made my own cardboard pattern piece, and then here I am pinning the 2 pieces of 1 panel together all around the edge. Just keep it as close to the edge as possible. I think it's 1/4 inch. Gonna add a lot of time to your process. If you do double layer, if it's single layer, you can ignore this step and just move along and just cut your pieces as they say. But I like the authentic look, so I'm gonna go with the double layered, the silhouette, and just have that body that jumpsuit is gonna have. Now here's the top stitching portion. You're going to be switching your thread a lot, so you're going to go between the red and then I think it's a tea rose color, and it's going to go right along every stitch on the red on each side. It's basically going to hold down the seam allowance on the inside, so make sure you're careful with that. And there's some curves here, so just take your time. If you're new to this, just go nice and slow. Next up is the side decorative panel. It's going to cover your side seam. It's a black jumbo spandex folded in on itself, and the 2 stitches in the middle are the stitches that keep it pinned down, and then you do put another stitch on the outside of each just to keep it pinned down, and there should be 4 stitches along that side piece. As you can see, there's the 4 stitches along the side. You can do it on both sides of the jumpsuit. Only the 2 on the outside, the 2 on the top and the bottom are going to be anchoring the stripe down. As you can see, it came out pretty good. Make sure you measure and keep the stitches equidistant. There's the pocket. I didn't film that, but it's a pretty straightforward process. Just follow the instructions. And here I am doing the piping that's going to go in between the top yoke pieces. You're gonna need some thin rope, and you're gonna cut strips of a lightweight black spandex. What I do is I take this temporary basting spray, which it won't gum up your needles. I'm gonna spray on the inside of the stripe here, so it prevents the rope from sliding and moving around. You don't have to do this; you could just clip it, but this spandex is very slippery, so I just sprayed it a little bit, and then I'm gonna take the Okay, we've got the main red pieces of the base of the jumpsuit. They're all together now. Now we're going to work on the top yoke part, which is basically these two pattern pieces. We'll put this together. It's got this beige jumbo spandex, double layered, as opposed to the body panels, which are also double layered. These ones are facing the same way. The other ones were, the shiny sides were together. I'm not sure if that's for any kind of reason, but the screen used ones were like that, so I figured I'd follow suit. And then we have our piping here. We're gonna go around the edges, and we're gonna add these two side pieces, like extensions, if you will. And then the top yoke will be done. Will be put on the red body section, and we'll move on to the zipper, and then the final detailing after that. All right, here I am prepping the machine. There's a lot of switching between threads, so you're gonna go between the beige, the red, and then whatever top stitching. I think it's a T-rose. So here I am sewing the yoke pieces at the shoulder seams. Like I said before, I use clips, and then I pin it in behind it, and then remove the clips. It works for me. Press out the seams, and now we're gonna add the piping cord that we made along the one edge, and sew that down. And then we're going to add it to the side panel as well. There's going to be two lines of piping on each side of your shoulder. And then once those are done, you're going to sandwich that together. And once all that's completed, we're going to attach it to the main body of the red jumpsuit. And it should come out looking like this. Next up, we're going to work on the sleeve and the neck collar trapunto. There's several ways to go about doing this. The first way, which is not feasible anymore, they had a machine, a trapunto type of tool that would inject each little cell that we're creating here, which that either, if you could find it, I'm sure it's very expensive, and I don't think it's used anymore, so it would probably be hard to find. even if you can do it. Once you have all your cells completed, which takes a little while, you have to mark it out, pin it like you've seen, and you stitch up and down. It's very tedious work, so just make sure you take your time.
There's a record spinning in my mind, with scratches on the B-side. You're a record spinning in my mind. Record spinning in my mind. Record spinning in my mind.
Here I am on the batting that's going to go inside the collar, as well as the sleeve. The width is going to be the same. It's all 1/2 inch strips, so I'm cutting enough for the collar and the cuffs as well. It's going to be 1/2 inch wide, and just do I think 7 to 8 strips should do it. I think that's what worked for me. And then it's just going to take time. Make sure you're same width along each. It's okay if there's a little bit of variance, and then from there we're going to cut into little pieces. It's going to be 3.5 inch length for the collar, and double layered. So we're going to do 2 3.5 inch pieces, and this is what you see me lining them all up. And then once those are all cut, we're going to add them into the collar. Synopsis on how I do this trapunto on this collar. First, I get a butter knife from your kitchen, and in one of your little cells, I just stick it in there, maybe about 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch or so. Just leave it there, and I'll take the double layered batting, wrap it around my screwdriver. It's halfway, and hold it like that, and then with the knife, I'm going to use my finger here and pull up on that and stick that in. And I'm going to take my other finger, just pull the knife out of the way, and then just push it in all the way to the edge, and then onto the next cell. Your results may vary. There's other ways you can use tweezers and whatnot. I didn't do much filming of the back detail piece that covers the back zipper. It's got both fabrics on it, 6 different stitch lines. It's relatively complicated for a back piece. I did make a mistake on the first version I did. As you can see, those lines at the bottom were too spread apart, so the easier way was just to redo it from scratch again. So the bottom one here is a much better version. You should just take your time with this and draw out your lines before you get on the machine, and it should come out all right. And then here it is put on the uniform. At this point, this is how it goes. It just matches up with your seam lines, and it's, I guess, designed to cover up the invisible the zipper on the back. All right, now we're doing the bottom cuffs that are going to bottom of the jumpsuit here. These are custom dyed by Alex over Tellers on Wild. He actually sells these directly. These are as accurate as you're going to get to the screen use one. They're just not as elastic, so what he recommended is adding a 3-inch strip of elastic inside of this so that it adds a little more stretch to it. That was already done. I didn't film that. And then, it should look like this once you sew the tops up. And then after that, it should look like this, all said and done. Here I am doing the detail work for the division color. It's going to be felt sandwiched between 2 piping using the red fabric. same way that we did the shoulder pieces. And then we're going to add the custom dyed wool in the middle. Here's me turning it inside out. Should layer over the top of that. And it should look like that. So this is the completed armband with the green division color I chose. Next up, I'm going to put it on the sleeve. Did not film that, but here it is on the sleeve. Hand sewn it on. I'm going to measure the right spot. I think it was 3 inches from the top of the cuff. Next up is the shoulder insignias. I did not film that, but here's me placing it where it was supposed to go. And then hand sew down on as well. That's where it looks from behind. And so now we're on the belt portion. I did construct the belt already. I did have a snafu with my laptop dying on me, so I wasn't able to recover that footage. But it's the same process as the side pieces is what I did. I used some faux leather, you can see here. Basically the length, I think I went with just under 2 inches. So I basically doubled what that was and then folded it on itself and then stitched a 1/2 inch from the edge on each side. It looks pretty good. And then I got a belt buckle. It was very shiny when I first got it. The website doesn't sell it anymore, so I'm not even going to mention it. But I used some matte spray paint clear coat to dull it down so it's not reflective anymore, but it's still got the metallic sheen. I'm sure you can go on eBay and just search for Wrath of Khan silver belt buckle. And then I stitched it around it like this. But you see that stitch line there? Kind of wing it here. So I sewed that around there, and then the way it's going to work is I'm going to, once it's around me, there's this little hole there, pin if you will. So I'm going to slide it underneath here to kind of hide that crime. So it's going to come around. And what I'm going to do, keep everything all in place, I marked off here. So XX, so I'll put Velcro there and there. So when it wraps around, it's just going to keep it from flapping in the wind. Do one piece there, one there, one there. So those two should line up. Should hold it there, and I'll punch a little hole here so that just kind of seats in there, and then that should be good to go. So without further ado, I'm going to add those Velcro pieces and then trim off a little bit excess, and then this belt should be good to go. But looks the part. So I'm happy with it. Alright, so the Velcro pieces have been installed. I just want to, so these ones here, I only stitched mimicking the stitch line on the front here, because these are going to be front facing and I don't want random stitches going through. If I need to, I could just glue down the flaps or the inside if they become a problem, but I think that's a pretty good hold. But the other side, I didn't worry so much. See how there's a little box here? You can see that in the lighting or not. That's because these are going to be, so where the belt flap's going to come around, slide in here behind that. And then, hopefully I measured it correctly on myself. And then this is going to line up here, covering that up. This belt is not a structural belt, so it's not supposed to hold up anything. It's just more of a decorative piece. So, and then I'm going to probably trim a bit of this off so it's not flapping off in the wind. Anyway, so there you have it. There's the belt. Looks pretty good. It's good results. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Finishing up on the back detail closure. Been a while since I finished this jumpsuit due to my laptop dying and not having enough storage on my phone. But I'm just gonna go over real quick. It's recommended, or the screen used one had snaps and hooks, color match of Velcro to the fabric, so that when it's touching, you're not going to really notice it as much. If you have snaps or hooks, you kind of need to have a lot more dexterity, and I don't have that behind my back. So by myself, this will make it easier to take on and off. So these are all in place. I just need 2 more to hand sew in here. I've already got those cut out and ready to go. I'm going to go here and there respectively. And hand sewing is a necessary evil in these things. Even so, I'd rather hand sew than Velcro than snaps and hooks. I don't know why that is, but it's just how I see things. But yeah, this thing came out pretty good, and once these are all in, I think I'm pretty much done. Alright, so everything's all done. All the Velcro is in. This is how the back is going to go. Zips up like this. I'm just going to attach all the Velcro pieces together. Pretty simple. That's the back of the uniform. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wow, this thing came out pretty amazing. I know I spent a lot of money on the materials and all the stuff, but knowing that it's built off of a screen-used jumpsuit and it truly looks the part. It's double layered, so it's got that heavy weight to it. I mean, you see from the back. The belt came out great. I'm really happy with that. The collar, cuffs, everything is on point. I do have to get a different set of boots, but that's in the future. I am going to a convention this current weekend. It'll be the first time I'm wearing it, and it'll be Long Island in June 2026. And yeah, if you're there, say hello. If not, be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and that being said, I will catch you in the next video.